We are a member-driven nonprofit association of leaders from all facets of the produce industry.
Formed more than 20 years ago, we continue to promote the value of fresh fruits and vegetables in the Southeast through networking, innovation, community, and education.
Today, we are a thriving organization who continues to share and pursue our vision, mission, values, and goals.
We are the Southeast Produce Council.
The show is really centered on the farm. We stay on the farm, but we're showing all the things that have to happen before something even gets to the farm. And then we're following it every step of the chain, all these invisible parts of our food supply chain that you never see. It's just been an extraordinary journey. And to show people agriculture, farming happens in the city, it happens in the country. We spend much of our focus on conventional farming because that's still where it's mostly done, but farming is everywhere now, and everybody's in it. The first episode is called Tomato Time. It turns out tomatoes are actually the world's second favorite vegetable. Fruit. They're fruit, technically a berry. We found that out, and they're second only to king potato. People eat more tomatoes than anything else. Amazingly, up until shortly after the Civil War era in the United States, people didn't eat them because they thought they were poisonous. Hey, I'm Chip Carter, and my new RFD TV show, Where the Food Comes From, airs Thursdays at 9:30. We're gonna go way behind the scenes to show you things you've never known about how food gets on your plate. If you like it, tell your friends. If you don't, don't tell a soul.
Please welcome to the stage your SEPC Chairman of the Board, Raina Nelson.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Southern Exposure 2022, the marvel of produce. We've had so much fun with this superhero theme. Yesterday was a box office hit with our educational sessions, our Southern Roots, and Gala, with cameos from all the Avengers. Today, we have an incredible agenda with our keynote speaker, who's causing a little buzz up here already, and the expo. And we're gonna finish with a beautiful beach party where you can put your toes in the sand at the grotto. And if your travel schedule allows, for tomorrow, please join us for the prayer breakfast in the morning. We hope that you've gotten a chance to channel your inner Captain America, Thor, Captain Marvel, or maybe Wanda the Scarlet Witch, and everyone's feeling your superpowers. But our theme is just as symbolic as it is entertaining. I'm sure you each have your favorite Marvel movie, and the Marvel Cinematic Universe revolves around themes like teamwork, using our powers for the greater good, standing up for what you believe in, and working together for a better future. The Southeast Produce Council operates on very similar themes. The platform of my chairmanship is the next generation of superheroes. There is no better time than the present to invest in the future, and it is mission critical to focus on identifying and developing the next generation of leaders. We may have to take different approaches in developing the next generation of leaders, but it's imperative we cultivate talent and ensure the future of our industry is bright. Who are your young Avengers? If you don't have that script written, it is time, and you're certainly in the right theater to get you started. For the next few moments, I'm excited to share the SEPC State of the Union. It features the work we do all year long, and it supports our NICE pillars: networking, innovation, community, and education. It is the core of SEPC, and we've got some especially nice updates this year. Now, I'd like to share a cinematic experience that captures some marvelous networking moments of 2021. So please sit back and enjoy this feature on the first pillar of the council, networking.
Despite all of the obstacles we faced through the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, we thought Southern Exposure 2021 was a wonderful success. We knew it was going to take some time to recoup pre-pandemic attendance numbers, and we could not be more pleased with the participation and support of our members. We were able to provide a hybrid show experience to our retail food service members who chose to participate, giving them the opportunity to network from any location with our 275 exhibitor-level sponsors. Each of those exhibitors participated within the SEPC Virtual Garden, even though, due to travel restrictions, some were unable to exhibit in Orlando. There were 403 self-registered buyers for Southern Exposure, including both on-site in Orlando and within the SEPC Virtual Garden. And despite all of those who were unable to attend, we were still able to provide an outstanding buyer-to-seller ratio. We enjoyed fun and fellowship during the Tom Page Golf Classic, our VIP dinner where we experienced a taste of Swan and Dolphin, the exciting Stars and Step-Up dinner at Disney's Hollywood Studios aboard the Millennium Falcon, and the out-of-this-world opening gala where we prepped our lightsabers, droids, and Wookiees to celebrate the rise of produce. We also brought our attendees outstanding SEPC University educational sessions such as It's Not Personal, It's Generational, and the much-anticipated Power of Produce debut. Our STAR students received a true taste of the produce industry as well, as they connected with Megan Swag of DMA Solutions, Inc., and Wendy McManus of Connect 2 Potential during their STARS breakfast and interviewed with several of SEPC member companies for prospective job opportunities during their hybrid cocktails and careers event. We also welcomed Sarah Fry to our Southern Roots Luncheon. Filled with grit and grace, Sarah Fry shared her inspirational story of how a scrappy rural child gave her the resilience to take risks that paid off in unexpected ways. The next day, we were motivated and inspired by our keynote speaker Duncan Wardle during the annual Keynote Luncheon, where we also presented our posthumous Terry Voorhees Lifetime Achievement Award to Martin Eubanks. Our Southern Innovations Conference, which had been postponed in 2020, was finally able to take place in Savannah, Georgia in September with outstanding attendance by over 600 attendees and 93 exhibitors. Let's take a look at our recap of what's new at Southern Innovations. The people of our industry have united in ways we didn't think possible, and we've made it to 2022.
That was a whole lot of networking. Can't wait to make some more memories this afternoon. Moving on to our innovation pillar. To quote Shuri, Princess of Wakanda, that genius-level intellect from the Black Panther movie, just because something works doesn't mean it can't be improved. Improvement often means innovation, and innovation can be applied to almost any facet of our business. We have a vision for innovation for the next decade that will ensure we continue to deliver on this pillar and create significant value for you, all of our stakeholders. Let's take a look at some innovative solutions that are paving the road to our future.
An innovative spirit has always thrived with the Southeast Produce Council. We remain committed to providing a culture of innovation that creates fresh ideas and value to our membership. Our newest innovation is the development of the SEPC Virtual Garden. Each year, the SEPC strives to curate an impactful series of industry programs and networking events for our members. The SEPC Virtual Garden is our newest platform through which we will continue to keep members abreast of the latest developments in produce, whether those are happening in the soil, in the cloud, or anywhere in between. Through the SEPC Virtual Garden, we have begun planting the seeds from our founding pillars: networking, innovation, community, and education, so that our members will reap the benefits of harvesting quality experiences guaranteed to increase the value of their membership. Several of our members were able to participate virtually in Southern Exposure 2021, connecting with our on-site exhibitors and viewing our sessions via live stream. Retail and food service members also conducted successful links meetings with invited grower and shipper companies. Our SEPC University educational sessions found a home within our garden as well. Patrick Kelly, host of the Produce Industry Podcast, held a timely session about workplace versus workspace, discussing how each generation views remote work. Our sessions that took place during Southern Innovations were also uploaded post-conference. Afraid you've missed out? Each of these sessions are available on demand from within the SEPC Virtual Garden. After such a positive review, SEPC members can also anticipate produce inspection training to be offered again this year within our garden. Registration for the spring sessions will open April 4th. Interested in a more customizable training experience for your company? SEPC and International Produce Training have partnered to offer on-site produce inspection training. This class is a personalized training at your facility for your associates that will adapt to your company's grade standards and go further in depth with grading and standard definitions. The classes can be tailored to a 1, 2, or 3-day session depending on your preference, and pricing options are included on our website.
Definitely check out our virtual garden. We worked hard on it, and it's got really, really rich content. Talking about our next pillar, an extraordinary group is something to be celebrated. So SEPC is going to celebrate the Next Generation Awards that have become very, very popular, and we're going to treat them as a class each year. We want to recognize all of these incredible individuals by providing a platform of networking opportunities that goes beyond a singular trophy. Next Generation classes will now have access to a VIP program at Southern Exposure and be celebrated throughout the conference. They're a part of our community, and community is what we thrive on. This pillar is near and dear to us, and we always strive to be contributing citizens to our communities. If our organization is about one single thing, it's nourishment. From the literal nourishment of the quality produce to the support we offer our members and their businesses. But we don't stop there. Through the SEPC Cares initiative, we give our time, our energy, and resources to fellow nonprofit organizations. Let's take a look at the philanthropic highlights from last year and how SEPC positively impacts our communities and touch so many lives. Let's take a look at the heart of our organization, our community.
We have been strong supporters of Orlando Health Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children for over 7 years. Not only have our members volunteered time and provided in-kind donations, but SEPC has generously donated over $225,000. These funds have supported patients and families at the Haley Center for Children's Cancer and Blood Disorders at Orlando Health Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children. We've also contributed to their Healthy Lifestyles program, helping families achieve their health and wellness goals, and aided the expansion of their neonatal intensive care unit at Orlando Health Winnie Palmer Hospital for Women and Babies, helping them to continue to care for premature newborns and the complex medical conditions they often face. For several years, SEPC has been the title sponsor of the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Strong for Life Superhero Sprint and gives away fresh, free produce to every attendee. In June of 2021 at the Suwannee Town Center, SEPC member volunteers did an outstanding job providing, unloading, and distributing roughly 15,000 pounds of quality produce to race participants and their families. We'll be returning to Piedmont Park for the race this year on June 4th, so mark your calendars to participate in this unforgettable experience. In July of 2021, we joined Palmer Home for Children and their 9th annual Radiothon, where we provided a $25,000 matching gift, which was quickly met and surpassed. We were also proud to help sponsor the creation of their Hope Grows Garden, which is already becoming a reality. SEPC members are encouraged to purchase a naming opportunity to honor a loved one or promote their business. This dream garden design will become a reality with your help. Paul Anderson Youth Home is another valuable community partner. We were blessed to join their graduation ceremony this past summer, where we also viewed several enhancements to their Goodness Garden, which several of our members helped to create and update. We were also a sponsor of their annual Golf Classic, annual Bike Ride, and annual Christmas Family Extravaganza. We've also recently helped them debut their PAYH agricultural class, which is being taught by our members. Through our 10-year partnership with Society of St. Andrew, we are able to help coordinate several distributions to ensure we are getting the produce to where it is most needed. In July of 2021, we donated, volunteered, and helped plan a resource fair distribution in Macon, Georgia, where hundreds of families who rarely have access to healthy food received loads of fresh, nutritious produce. In October, following the destruction caused by Hurricane Ida, SEPC members did not hesitate to donate 40,000 pounds of fresh produce, as well as transportation for its safe arrival to the New Orleans area. And on the Saturday before Thanksgiving, SEPC members contributed once again to the annual crop drop in Destin, Florida, providing produce those families seldom, if ever, have access to. Not to mention, but we're going to anyway because this is awesome stuff, the Society of St. Andrew's gleanings provided after Southern Exposure and Southern Innovations, where in 2021 they collected about 70,000 pounds and 7,200 pounds respectively to distribute to local food banks in the Orlando and Savannah areas. To date, through our partnership, Society of St. Andrew has gleaned 13 of our trade shows, coordinated 56 distributions in 7 states, engaged over 2,000 volunteers, and distributed 2.1 million pounds of produce with an additional 1.8 million pounds distributed to fight food insecurity in our communities. Because of SEPC monetary gifts, that's over 11.7 million servings feeding the hungry.
Please welcome to the stage your SEPC President and CEO, David Sherrod.
You won't see me cry today. Raina gets all the good parts. They've cut me out, so. I would like to now make a check presentation to each of these outstanding fellow nonprofit organizations within the SEPC Cares Initiative. When I call your name, please come up front, stand on the stage where we can have a photo opportunity. The Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children, Zach. Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. I think, Blair, you're going to receive that on their behalf. The Palmer Home for Children, Miss Sarah. The Paul Anderson Youth Home, Miss Victoria.
Hi, how are you?
And last but not least, the Society of St. Andrew. I hope Barb's in here somewhere. Yes, she is. Barbara's retiring and we're crying. She can't retire. We ain't gonna let her go. Please give all our charities a big hand. And if you want to join in or donate, I'm sure they'll take a check from y'all too. That's it.
And thank you to all of these great organizations and associations. It's so important for us to support our communities, and the work that they do is incredible. Now, our education pillar. We believe that the more you learn, the more you grow. In the SEPC community, if we cease to learn, we'll cease to thrive. We constantly strive to provide fresh and relevant educational programs, like the ones yesterday, and scholarships to help advance business, build careers, and nurture the next generation of produce luminaries. By gaining new knowledge to keep growing stronger by the day, brushing up on the fundamentals, or just keeping up with the latest innovations of the industry, your SEPC membership offers plenty of opportunity to enrich your knowledge. Tune in to our final cinematic piece highlighting the pillar of education, and make sure you are not missing out.
Curated annually and offered throughout the year, SEPC University offers a variety of sessions to keep members abreast of the latest trends in the produce industry. We've mentioned the sessions that had already taken place with the SEPC Virtual Garden last year, but how about those sessions yesterday? What an informative session with Kim Lear, as she armed us with the tools to shape the future of our industry and grow a new generation of superheroes. We are also more excited than ever to join forces with FMI to launch the 2022 edition of the Power of Produce Report at Southern Exposure. Rick Stein of FMI, along with the data guru Anne-Marie Rawrink of 210 Analytics, brought us some valuable insights along with stellar feedback from our panel of retail superheroes. Our STARS Scholarship Program is available to outstanding students majoring in agriculture at Southeast-based land-grant universities. Our goal is to recruit top students for job opportunities in the Southeast produce industry. We awarded 14 scholarships to our STARS students this past year. Those students also joined us for Southern Exposure to experience the best in produce industry networking through the annual Stars and Step Up Dinner, Stars Breakfast, and Stars Cocktails and Careers, as mentioned earlier. We also welcome our 2022 STARS students who are here with us today, and we're thrilled to add Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College to the team. Step Up gives retail and food service produce professionals a greater understanding of the industry through an emphasis on strategic orientation, personal leadership, and hands-on field experience. Our Step Up program was temporarily put on hold in 2020, and our class of 2020, who became the class of 2021, patiently awaited their moment in the sun. So we developed a virtual education day to be held within the SEPC Virtual Garden classroom that successfully took place in April. We have even more exciting virtual and in-person sessions planned for this year's Step Up class. So please, join us in welcoming our 2022 Step Up class to Southern Exposure and wishing them a successful year. Recipients of the SEPC Member Scholarship each receive a scholarship of $1,000 towards their educational goals for the upcoming school year. The Southeast Produce Council awarded 53 scholarships totaling in $53,000 in 2021, thanks to the dedication of our members. Applications can be submitted for this year's scholarship beginning March 14th. The Nolan Family Foundation Scholarship was established to memorialize Jim Nolan, who took an ethical stand on a business matter at great cost to himself. One graduating high school senior or current college student will receive a one-time scholarship of $5,000 to their enrolling college or university. The scholarship is awarded based on GPA, references, and quality of essay. Our 2021 recipient was Braden Browder, son of John Browder of Pioneer Growers. This year's application process will begin May 16th. The Voorhees Vision Scholarship was created to reward the achievements of young individuals who demonstrate a true entrepreneurial spirit in their lives as they pursue their educational goals. This scholarship is named in honor of the late Terry L. Voorhees, founder and first executive director of the Southeast Produce Council. It's because of his vision and efforts the Southeast Produce Council became and remains one of the best resources in the produce industry today. Congratulations to our 2022 Voorhees Vision Scholarship recipient, Alexis Olson, daughter of Melissa Olson of U.S. Foods.
At this time, I'd like to welcome Alexis Olson to the stage. She's here with us today.
Thank you and good morning. I just wanted to thank the Southeast Produce Council for making scholarships like this available. In the fall, I plan to pursue a degree in biomedical engineering, and this scholarship will be extremely helpful in that journey. Thank you.
Well done. And we wish you the best of luck. That sounds like it's going to be a tough course. But we need more bright talent, and we are just so happy to award these scholarships to our members. Now, I'd like to set the stage for our next award presentation, the Terry Voorhees Lifetime Achievement Award. This is when David usually cries, so this is why I'm up here. And I'm going to try not to. This award is our highest honor, recognizing an individual who has a career of excellence and has left an enduring imprint on the industry, providing new benchmarks for future leaders. First, I would like to recognize all of our Terry Voorhees Lifetime Achievement Award past recipients. Many of them are with us here today, and if you are here after the luncheon, please come up to the stage so we can get a photo. 2008, Joe McGee. 2009, Ferdinand S. Duda. 2010, Peter Piro III. 2011, Tommy Irvin. 2012, Reggie Griffin. 2013, Paul Damari. 2014, Tom Page. 2015, Terry Voorhees. 2016, Mr. Joe Clare. 2017, Ms. Sheila Carden. 2018, David Stornetta. 2019, Gordon Hochberg. 2020, Mr. Rick Estes. And 2021, Mr. Martin Eubanks, retired South Carolina Department of Ag. Now, I would like to invite our 2019 recipient, Mr. Gordon Hochberg of the Produce News, to the stage to award the presentation, to present the award.
Thank you, Raina. Good morning, everyone. Over the years, as I have had the privilege of saying a few words about the recipient of this award, I often said that this is one of the highlights of Southern exposure for me. However, I have been thinking more and more about the importance and significance of this award, especially for whom it is named, and I have come to realize that presenting this award every year at this event is actually one of the highlights of my entire year. This is especially true this year, as I now have the privilege of saying a few words about one of the real icons of the SEPC family, Mr. Bobby Creel, Jr. Our honoree was born in 1955 in Raleigh, North Carolina. He graduated from high school in 1973, and produce was nowhere on his mind. He had another very shiny dream that first started while he was in school. He had always been fascinated by jewelry, the sparkle, the rarity, the brilliance. So while he was actually managing a jewelry store, he was attending the Gemological Institute of America, a leading gem school. He graduated from there in 1979, and at the young age of 27, he was the senior diamond buyer, leading a world-class team of talented buyers. In 1984, he started his own high-end retail jewelry firm in Richmond, Virginia, and it was highly successful. And when I think about it, we are all so fortunate that our honoree spent all those years in the jewelry business. For here at the Southeast Produce Council, he is certainly one of our crown jewels. However, as the years went by, he was missing his family and friends in North Carolina, and he was looking for a new adventure. A friend of his mentioned this produce company in Raleigh, North Carolina. Our honoree had never heard of it. That company was L&M. He knew nothing about produce, but after a few weeks, he was hooked, and he never looked back. He started his career at L&M on January 2nd, 1995, and over the years, he has worked in almost every facet of that well-known and well-respected company. I have known Bobby for many years, and he has had a long relationship with the Southeast Produce Council, starting from its earliest days. He was offering advice and counsel to its leaders, especially to Terry Voorhees. He currently serves as the chairman of the SEPC Board of Governors, where I have the honor, and honor is the correct word, of serving with him. I learned something from him at each and every meeting. To several of Bobby's friends and colleagues. Mr. John Oxford, President and CEO of L&M, said that, quote, he has a certain gravitas, and he relates well to folks young and old. He connects with people, and he follows through. Steve Williams, who has been in produce retailing for more than 40 years and is now with Southeastern Growers, said that, quote, he's a heck of a teacher. He has a unique personality and a way of seeing things that make the whole relationship so trustful. Rick Estes of RPE told me, he thinks things through. He sets a plan and then works that plan. All qualities of a great leader. However, when I asked all of them what Bobby's single most important quality was, they all had the same answer: his love for his family. Well, they obviously know him very well. For when I asked our honoree what his hobbies and interests were, the very first thing he said was, I love spending time with my wife and kids. That starts with Tricia, of course. She and Bobby had their first date in March 1976. He proposed 3 months later in May. She said yes. And they were married 3 months after that. They have 3 sons, and they have a grandson who is now almost 2.5. Finally, I think many of you in this room know that I'm a lifelong fan of the New York Yankees. So in that spirit of the highest excellence and achievement, here is my final thought about our honoree. If he wore a uniform to work, we'd be retiring his number. My friends, let's welcome the Terry Voorhees Lifetime Achievement Award recipient for 2022, Mr. Bobby Creel.
There's a lot of people in here. Sure is a lot different than our first expo. I think we had 100 people, so things have changed. Thank you, Gordon, and thank you to the Produce News. Thank you, David, and the Southeast Produce Council, and thank you all, every one of you, for the kind words that I've heard. And I'm humbled and grateful beyond belief to be achieving this award, and I thank God for allowing me to get to this point in my professional life. To be presented the Lifetime Achievement Award from your produce industry peers, to me, is momentous. And to be presented the Lifetime Achievement Award with my close friend, Terry Voorhees' name on it, is deeply meaningful and a little emotional too. It's truly been my honor to serve the Southeast Produce Council over the last 23 years in whatever way I could. I've made some lifelong friends here, people that are like family to me, and today is like attending a family reunion. I've had the best time being involved in the evolution of the Southeast Produce Council and to see the vision that became reality. One thing that has made the Southeast Produce Council so distinctive is its heart. You can see it, you can feel it, and it is real. Something else that has made the Southeast Produce Council so distinctive is its faith. And you can feel that too. And it's all around us today. I'm the 14th recipient of this Lifetime Achievement Award. The very first recipient was Joe McGee, a mentor to me. Joe is the founder and chairman of the L&M family of companies, and to be able to follow in his footsteps really makes this award that much more coveted to me. Joe is here today, and I want to thank him for his mentorship and support over the years. And I want to thank the entire L&M family of companies for supporting me and my endeavors in the produce industry over all these years. What an incredible experience it's been for me to be part of L&M and the produce industry for the past 27 years. As some of you know, my career didn't begin in the produce business. I started my career in the retail business in 1974, specifically in the diamond and jewelry industry. And I was so very fortunate to have a career in retail that exceeded all of my expectations. My career took me to many places all over the world, and we grew into a Fortune 50 retailer. After that, I founded a retail jewelry company, which was the pinnacle of my retail career. In 1995, I returned home to North Carolina to be near my family and began working a brand new venture in the produce business with L&M, working alongside some of my childhood friends. My history with the Southeast Produce Council started about 4 years after that, during the very early days of the council. Back then, Tom Page and Terry Voorhees were the first to reach out to me, and they told me about this vision that the 6 founders had. They said they were starting a produce industry trade association focused on the Southeast, and it would be a nonprofit and charitable organization. And to be honest, I wasn't real sure if this new organization would get off the ground. But I had made a commitment to Tom and Terry, and I stuck with it. and I am so very glad that I did. In the beginning, we had no money, we had no resources, just a lot of passion and a big vision of what the council could become one day. And now just look at what we have become, and our future is just beginning. We sold raffle tickets to each other in the early days at our meetings to raise money, to buy things like postage and supplies to get the word out, trying to build membership in those days. Those raffle tickets were some of the first seeds that helped grow the SEPC. It was clear that charity was going to be an important part of this new organization, and that was punctuated early on by Tom Page. Tom used to organize produce industry golf tournaments to raise money for charity. And Tom was so generous, he donated $75,000 from one of his charity golf tournaments to the Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children on behalf of SEPC. And we continue to support the Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children to this day. Now let's jump forward 20 years. Today, the Southeast Produce Council is made up of over 2,500 members from all across North America. We have given almost $2 million to Southeast charities and scholarships. Most every major retailer and food service company in North America are members. We're blessed with dedicated members, volunteer leaders, and some heavy lifters. We have made many first-class education programs, and we prove time and time again that we offer the very best networking opportunities in the produce industry. And we host the very best produce trade expos anywhere. As I stand here today, I would be remiss not to say a few words about the person whose name is attached to this award, Terry Voorhees. Terry's vision and passion continues to pay dividends to the produce industry and the Southeast Produce Council to this day. Terry had decided early on a successor to take his place whenever he decided to retire. And he was very confident in that individual, which was David Sherrod. After Terry's sudden passing, however, David was thrust onto the fast track at SEPC. And it didn't take me long to see David's work ethic, his business savviness, his character, his passion, his faith, and that is when I realized just how smart Terry Voorhees really was to select David Sherrod as his successor. There are so many people within the produce industry and the SEPC that have had a positive impact on my career and my personal life as well. In fact, so many that I couldn't possibly begin to acknowledge all of them here today. But I think you all know who you are. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I would like to offer my sincere thanks to the current and past members of the Board of Directors, the chairs of the Board of Directors, and my colleagues on the Board of Governors supporting me over the years. It has been a fantastic journey. Thank you to all the retailers the food service and wholesale companies that have supported me in my produce career over the years. You are the best partners I could have. And speaking of partners, my wife, Tricia, and I have been married 45 wonderful years. No achievement in my professional life and most of my adult life would have been possible without her support. Tricia is a lifetime achievement. Tricia and I have been truly blessed to have 3 fine sons, Trip, Mark, and Alex. And we've also been fortunate to have a daughter-in-law, Nikki, the best mom and daughter-in-law we could have imagined. Nikki and Trip have given us Parker, our grandson, and he has been a blessing for sure. In closing, and speaking of blessings, receiving the Terry Voorhees Lifetime Achievement Award is the blessing of my professional career, and I'm so honored to share this moment with my SEPC family. Thank you. You guys go out there and make it a great expo.
Put you in the middle. Congratulations, Bobby. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're waiting on a speaker, I hear. It is my sincere honor and pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker. I am a Gator, so this is, as you can imagine, such a gift. But he's going to bless us all today. I would like to introduce Tim Tebow. He is a 2-time national champion, Heisman Trophy winner, first-round NFL draft pick, and a former professional baseball player. The 4-time New York Times best-selling author, speaker, and football analyst is most passionate about his work with the Tim Tebow Foundation, whose mission is to bring faith, hope, and love to those needing a brighter day in their darkest hour of need. The Tim Tebow Foundation is currently fighting for people who cannot fight for themselves in over 70 countries and counting, through 4 primary ministry focuses with 16 initiatives. Tim is married to Demi Lee Tebow, a speaker, influencer, entrepreneur, and Miss Universe 2017. Tim and Demi live in Jacksonville, Florida, with their 3 dogs, Chunk, Kobe, and Paris. So, without further ado, actually, I do have one more announcement. We ask that there be no video, please. And now, without further ado, I would like to welcome our keynote speaker, Mr. Tim Tebow.
Please welcome to the stage your SCPC Secretary and Conference Chairman, Mike Roberts.
I know some of you already have your food, but would you bow your heads and let's praise the Lord. Good morning, Father. You are known by so many names, and we praise your holy name. You are Jehovah Jireh, our provider. In Genesis 2:8, it says that you planted a garden. We are here today tending to that garden. Those same seeds are still being planted and sown by your wonderful grace. You are Jehovah Rapha, the Lord that heals. Help me, Lord, to be bold and courageous and intentional as I ask that you lay your healing hand on all those that have medical issues that are here with us, as well as those that could not be with us today. Cover Raina and Harold and Al and Amber and Ashley and Tommy's son-in-law and Joe and Linda with your protection and healing that only you can provide. Many are facing mountains that only you can move. Those struggling with any sort of addiction or who are needing a relationship healed, I ask that you break those chains that bind. Only you can, Father. Jehovah Shalom, the Lord of peace, I ask you to be with our world leaders, giving them wisdom to help bring peace to all our nations, especially in Ukraine. Heal our nation. We call on you, Jehovah Ra, the Lord, our shepherd, to lead, guide, and protect this council. We intentionally ask for your continued favor and blessing. Jehovah Nissa, the Lord is my banner. We ask you to continue to anoint the SEPC and let others see you through our actions and efforts. Abba, I love you. I thank you for calling me by my name and not by my sin. Your word tells me that you know every head on my head, and I am thankful that you call me your son. Emmanuel, we ask you to be with us throughout the rest of this day and as we travel home. I pray this in the name above all names. In Jesus Christ, I pray.
Be still, my soul, the Lord is on your side. Bear patiently the cross of grief or pain. Leave to your God to order and provide. In every change, He faithful will remain. Be still, my soul, the waves and winds still know His voice who ruled them while He dwelt below. When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. There is no life without its hunger. Each restless heart beats so imperfectly. But when you come and I am filled with wonder, sometimes I think I glimpse eternity. You raise me up so I can stand to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up. You